Hey there, YouTube and beyond. Welcome back to the Metal Man Cave. I'm Glenn, and in this edition of Stick This in Your Ear Holes, we're going to talk about one of my absolute favorite bands, Woods of Ypres. Woods of Ypres is a black metal band with some doom influences that was formed in 2002 in Ontario by the super talented and sadly no longer with us David Gold. I first heard about this band through the Brave Words and Bloody Knuckles magazine. They had put one of their songs on a compilation CD that used to come with the magazine all the time. And I was floored by it. I loved it right away. So I immediately went to their MySpace page and figured out how I could order it. And I ordered a copy of it. And here it is here. This is their first album. This was released on their own label, Crankin' House Records. This is called Against the Seasons, Cold Winter Songs from the Dead Summer Heat. It's an EP, technically. It only runs about 30 minutes. There's 5 tracks on here. And it is an amazing first effort of black metal infused with doom. There are some great screeching, high-pitched black metal vocals and some wonderful baritone clean vocals on here as well. And this is a really great sense of things to come for this band, Woods of Ypres. The next record that they put out was a couple years later, and this is my favorite by them, and I think it is one of my absolute favorite albums of all time. It is definitely in my top 5. If I was ever stranded on a desert island, you know the whole thing, what 5 albums would you bring to a desert island? And this is it. The Pursuit of the Sun and the Allure of the Earth. This again was put out on Crankin' House Records. It is absolutely amazing. There are, of course, those great black metal elements in here, great doom metal elements and some awesome clean singing. And then there's these beautiful acoustic songs in here that are haunting and sorrowful. And this album just blows my mind. Every time I can listen to it over and over and over again. I never get tired of this record. So their third album didn't come out till 2007, and it's called Woods 3, Deepest Roots and Darkest Blues. This was released again on their own label, Crankin' House Records. I ordered the CD from the band, and when I got it, I actually got this really cool handwritten letter from David Gold, which was like, you know, thanks for all the support and that kind of thing, which was really cool. And he also sent this bumper sticker, Your Ontario Town is a Burial Ground, which of course has their MySpace address on here. That's the third track on this album. This record takes those black metal and doom elements and goes one step further into the songwriting. There's a lot more sort of, I guess you could almost call it anthemic choruses and sort of sing-along parts on here, while still maintaining that really gritty, dirty, harsh black metal edge and that really depressive doom metal thing that they do. The chorus to Your Ontario Town is a Burial Ground is one of these sing-along things that's just great live. And then there's other songs like Iron Grudge, which is just a ferocious black metal track. This album really shows their songwriting capabilities going up a few notches. I got to see them after this in 2009. They came to Winnipeg and they played at the Royal Albert Arms. And I actually got to talk to Dave, which was really cool. And I got a shirt for that Western Canadian tour, which I wore the shit out of. And it is now in the museum part of my closet of all black shirts, the ones that don't get worn anymore. Not just because I'm a bit too big for them. So their next album didn't come out until 2011, so there's another long break in between records, and this one is called Woods for the Green Album. This one, again, the songwriting has evolved again to where we have more of these melancholic elements interspersed with the black metal, and you definitely have some more of those great sort of sing-along chorus things. Wet Leather is a perfect example of this. The chorus goes, you know, life is just pain and piss, nothing that I wouldn't miss. Life is just pain and piss and everything is a scam. I totally live by that. Everything is a scam. Don't trust anybody. It's a great, great record. Highly, highly recommended. And then, of course, we came to their final album, which was released posthumously in 2012 after David Gold was tragically lost his life on December 21st, 2011. They had just signed to Earache Records, and Earache was going to give them a big push. Earache released all of their back catalog on, you know, beautiful colored vinyl and on compact disc. And this is the record his final record, which is called Woods 5, Gray Skies and Electric Light. This album, because it is posthumous release, I think hits a little harder when listening to it, especially those sort of depressive elements and those melancholic elements. Songs like Death Is Not an Exit, Adora Vivo, Silver, Career Suicide Is Not Real Suicide, has some great chant-along, sing-along parts to it. This album has a really different production quality than the rest of the records. The rest of the albums have this sort of raw but still very clear production quality where you can hear all the instruments, but it's not clinical, it's not super clean. You know, it's a drum set mic'd up. This is a guitar amp mic'd up, and it sounds natural and normal. I understand that there might be an alternate mix of this kicking around out there, and hopefully someday we'll get to hear it, because I love this record and I'd love to hear a different take on it. Well, I guess that's it. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Stick This in Your Ear Holes, where we talked about Woods of Ypres. If you didn't know who they were before, you do now, and you know that you need to go check them out and stick them in your ear holes. If you liked the video, please feel free to maybe subscribe to the channel, click the like button, all that stuff, share it with your friends and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you next time. Later.